Hi, Anna. It's Chad, but I guess you know that. Here is your desktop homepage for MyLabs Plus. I just wanted to make a little short video to just show you the ropes as far as changing settings, changing the settings of the tests, maybe changing them in the gradebook, or manually entering them if you decide to replace your unit tests with written assignments. Uh, However you want to do it. This way you can keep track of it in your gradebook in MyLabs Plus, and you also can start building columns in your gradebook in Blackboard, and they can sync up. Remember, of course, I know Michelle has asked that all of our grades end up in Blackboard at the end of the semester. I know all bets are off this semester, but it is a good idea to know how to do just that. So, probably biting off more than we could chew for one video, but I just wanted to show you a few things that you can do to get started. So, from here, obviously on the 20th, that was your due date for test 3, retest 3. They missed that. And so if you want to move those due dates back, if I were you, considering the circumstances, I would move all the test dates back to the end of the semester. That way they can move at their own pace, truly. Treat it like an online course, and put them all at the end of May or May 14th, whenever our semester's ending. I think it's May 14th. But, you can do whatever date you want, but instead of, adhering to that 2-week turnaround schedule, maybe it's, at this point in time, to just push everything back to the end and let them work however they need to work. That's up to you. You're the instructor, and you have coordinator access. Notice I'm in the coordinator course, which you do have access to. I remember giving you that at the beginning of the semester, so that you can make these changes. But keep in mind, this is the course that gets copied to make the little baby courses that turn into the sections for each semester. So this is the master course. Whatever changes you make here, they're going to stay unless I go back and change them after you. So don't change anything you don't want to keep. We can change due dates all day long. That's not a big deal. But when it comes to assigning and unassigning things, just be careful, and remember you're going to have to go back before the fall or the summer and readjust these settings. So from here, course tools. If you're looking to deal with an assignment or an activity, you want to come down to the Activities and Assessment Manager. And then wait around for a few minutes for it to load. There we go. Don't delete anything, okay? Add offline items. You can do that. Or, you can also show you how to, say, replace your test 3 grade with, an essay if you want to do that. And again, that's just an idea on my part. You don't have to do that. But to change due dates and assignment status, or to view and manage all assignments, either one of those are going to be where you're going to be doing the bulk of your changes if you need to. So, view and manage all assignments. Let's take a look at that one. This gives you a pretty cut and dry list of all the elements in the book, in MyLabs Plus. It shows you what's assigned and what's not. The category, whether it's a homework assignment or a quiz or a test. Of course, the name, where in the module it is, which topic it corresponds to, all that good stuff. And here you have the drop-down menu that tells you what you can do with all those things. Assign something that's unassigned, or if something's assigned, has this green arrow in the assigned column, you have the option to unassign it if you want. Edit, copy, all that stuff. You shouldn't have to mess with this stuff. But this is where you can directly assign and unassign things and delete things if you wanted to, but it's never a good idea to do that. So you go back to the Activities and Assessment Manager tab. You can come up to change due dates and assignment status. That's another place you can take care of that stuff. And this is where it's a little simpler to change those due dates. For instance, test 3, your students missed it, all this rigmarole and chaos going on. I don't know if anyone took the test, so it would be easier if you didn't have any results at all. So You want to go to Module 6, Handbook. That's where all the tests are. I think Test 3 is in, 6.20? You can just look for, from all assignments, you can go to Quizzes and Tests. That's going to narrow it down a little bit more. And just let it load every time, and it's going to shrink it up for you, basically. And if you go to the individual, let's see if I guessed right. Yeah, there it is. So, Unit 3 test, you can unassign it from here very easily. Just click right there. Or if you want to keep it assigned but move the due date back, here's where you would do that. You can assign the day and the time that they can get it done by. Of course, you have the password here, which you can give them. If you want to wait until they're done with all the assignments and they passed everything, and then you can email them the password. I don't know. That seems like a lot of work, but if you just want to take the password off, you can do it here and just let them take the test whenever they're done and kind of go with the honor system as far as, I think our tests are on a lockdown browser by default, so they're required to just take the test at that time, and they can't have other tabs open. So they can do it at home, and you can trust that if you only let them do it once, they submit it, and that's it. They can't do it again. They can't cheat while they're taking it. Then you're in good shape. But here's where you set all that stuff up. Due dates, times, whether it's assigned or not. You can unassign it from here if you want to. So one thing I want to show you, though, instead of unassigning something, you can also just omit it from the gradebook temporarily. And so, by the way, whatever settings you change here, when it's time to save them, update changes only. Click on that, let it load again, and it will have changed your settings for whatever you decide to assign or unassign or shift the due date on. One more thing I wanted to show you here in MyLabs Plus is the gradebook. Like I said, it's kind of a backdoor way of adjusting that setting. If you want to just say, you know what, to hell with the Unit 3 test, I'm not going to worry about it, I'm going to omit it from the gradebook and pretend it didn't happen, we're just going to move on. Again, you're the teacher. You get to manipulate the grades, you get to change the weights if you want to. Or if you wanted to, for instance, replace that test with an essay or a written assignment. If you want to grade those offline, you can just enter them manually from here. Of course, in your class, you'd have a grade book full of students. These links, this black dash here would be blue. It would be a link. You could click it and open it and put a numerical grade in there and, just give them those essay grades as their Unit 3 test if you want to keep it in the grade book. If you'd rather just omit it altogether, you can go to Change Weights up here. And of course, this is a reminder of how the grading is broken down. 30, 30, 30 for the homework, the writing assignments, the quizzes, the tests, and that 10% portfolio grade. At this point, if you want to manipulate that or change it to suit what you need to do, that's fine. Just like I said, remember, let me know what you change in here. That way we can always readjust it for later semesters. I trust you to do it. I just want to be in the loop for whatever you decide to do, since you're the only one teaching them right now. But I'm probably going to pick one up in the summer, so I'll need to know. So here we have, it just lands on all assignments. Again, narrow things down. And I'm just showing you Test 3 because that's the one you asked about, but you can do it for all your assignments. Tests, Module 6, here we go. Takes us right to it. That's the number of points it's worth in the grade book to make it worth that, basically. To make all those tests average out to that. So, right now it's worth 2.6%. One of 6 tests. If you omit Test 3 from the grade book, see how it automatically adjusts the weights of the other tests to make up for that. So now test 3 disappears. It's unassigned, submitted from the grade book. Again, that's, I'd have to click save, of course, to make that happen down here at the bottom. Don't forget that. You can't just X out of the tab. It won't save the changes. So if you do decide to do that, it's fine. Just let me know. I'm just showing you some options here. So, think about how you want to proceed. If you have any more questions, I'd be glad to show you. I only have 15 minutes of recording time for these videos, so I'm going to go ahead and make another one to show you some Blackboard stuff so I don't have to rush. Okay. See you in the next one.